Hi everyone, my name is Stella, and here on this channel I'm trying to figure out how to be more sustainable and still enjoy life. And today's part of my sustainability journey is anti-consumerism. I'm trying to buy less and to own less and to avoid impulse shopping, avoid shopping therapy and stuff like that. A while ago I already did a video on my 17 reasons to do a no-buy challenge, and I did a 1 month no-buy challenge back then. So this time I decided to make it even more challenging for myself. I'm doing a 3 months no-buy challenge. Maybe one day I finally decide to do a year. So in today's video I will be publicly announcing the beginning of my 3 months no-buy challenge. I will also tell you what rules I will be following, what exceptions I will have. I will probably still need to spend money on something. Also, I will talk about things that are challenging for me, because I think when you talk about something that's challenging, it makes you, I don't know, reflect on it and maybe don't feel so embarrassed about it as well. Also, I will talk about how I'm gonna help myself to stick to this challenge, to kind of continue it. And also if any one of you wants to join me on this journey, so let me know in the comments. And also I plan to do updates on this challenge, so maybe in a couple of weeks I will tell you how it's going, is it possible or not to stick to it. So if you want a motivation for saving, doing no-buy challenge, don't forget to subscribe and watch those videos as well. Also, I decided not to just have this challenge, but also have a detailed, I don't know, like diary of my journey. Every day I'm gonna reflect whether it was easy for me or challenging to do a no-buy day. I will reflect on my shopping habits and things like that. If you want to use my template, I will leave down the link to get access to it. So let's talk about the rules for this 3 months no-buy challenge. The rule number 1, I'm not going to buy any new clothes. No boots, no sandal, like nothing. I'm actually now into making my own clothes, so maybe it wouldn't be so challenging after all, and I finally get some courage to make my own dress or something. Second, I'm not gonna buy any cosmetic products unless I have to replace something. Let's say like if I run out of face cream, then I will buy a new one, but I never will buy the second one. But I will talk about exceptions later. I'm not gonna buy any cleaning supplies or anything, you know, like whatever, unless I have to replace it with something. I'm not going to buy any coffee to go or food to go, which is quite challenging for me. Maybe I will just try it the first month and see how it goes, because I'm not sure if I can do it. We'll see how it goes. I will update you. I'm planning not to buy any things for the house, like house decor, or things like just additions to the house, like any furniture or anything. Like, it's not that we need anything, but we'll see. Maybe if something is urgent, like needs to repair, there would be exceptions, and that I would report to you about it. What else? Obviously not buying books, even electronics. Once in a while I still buy books, but for this 3 months challenge I will not buy any. I have a library subscription and I will stick to it. I plan not to buy any new internet services, not use any new apps that I need to pay extra. So obviously if I already have some subscriptions, I'm gonna keep them, but I'm not gonna add new ones. Also, I'm not planning to spend money on some beauty procedures. I don't really spend on any. I just got a haircut recently, so I can live without a new haircut, and I don't do anything else. I know some girls sometimes do manicure, pedicure. Actually, I don't know why you even have this rule, because I don't even spend on that, and I'm not planning. Anyway, what else? The biggest category for me is hobbies. I have lots of hobbies, and most of these hobbies require having some. For example, I'm into knitting. For knitting, you need to buy yarn. I'm into sewing. You need to buy fabrics. I'm into fishing. You need to buy sometimes something for your gear. I'm into mushroom hunting. Okay, for mushroom hunting, at least you don't need to buy anything. What else? Like camping. Sometimes we need to buy things. Okay, let's talk about exceptions. Anything related to rent, utility bills, I don't know, internet bills, like phone bills, these things stay. Obviously, I have to pay for that, but obviously I'm not gonna add any new things to that, or like, let's say, upgrade my phone line or internet line. It's not that I planned it, but I wouldn't be even able to do that. Also, let's say if you need to pay mortgage or pay debt or anything, obviously you can't escape that. That's part of it. Other things that you are allowed to spend on is obviously medical expenses, especially if they're urgent. Okay, food, obviously you're allowed to buy food because you need to eat something. You can have either like no rules in here. Let's say like whatever is food related, you don't need to limit yourself, and especially if you do your challenge first time, I would not limit yourself. If you want to kind of go more advanced, you can say like, okay, for the next month, I'm not eating out, just cooking at home. Like if you want to switch more to cooking. And for food, I decided the limit of times when we go to the store, because we actually go to the store every other day for some reason, because we always buy, we don't do like a big grocery shopping, we just buy here and there. And I think it makes us buy more than we actually need sometimes. I feel so. So I will try to limit my own grocery shopping to once a week. Also, every other week I receive a farmer's box, delivery box. I already talked about that in my previous video, so I'm gonna keep that. In the weeks when I don't receive this veggie box, I will allow myself to go to the farmer's market. Also, my rule is every time I go to the store, I'm gonna bring a shopping list and I will not buy anything outside of the list. Even if I see it, I'm like, no, you can't buy it. So that's how I will help myself to minimize the amount of stuff I buy for food. Also, I decided not to buy any long-lasting foods and do the pantry decluttering. So what I mean by that, for example, I'm not gonna buy any new grains, I'm not gonna buy flour, I'm not gonna buy pasta or anything. I will try to eat everything that we already have. Actually, about pantry decluttering, I can probably make another video. I think it's a good topic and I will tell you more about that later. I probably need exceptions for the food to go. I'm trying to diminish the amount of food to go. I don't know, maybe I should limit it per week. I don't know. If any of you went from like, having lots of takeouts of food to kind of limiting it, please share your ideas. I don't know. For me, like my husband gets a lot of stuff to go. He just likes, when he gets from work, he just brings random food home. So it's going to be hard for me. I don't know. Also, I will not limit restaurants, as I said, because I don't know, in the pandemic year, we didn't go to restaurants very often. So I don't see the point limiting it. That's the only happiness we get, to eat some good food. Also, obviously you can buy things that you need to replace. Let's say, I don't know, I need my phone for work, for other things. If something happens to my phone, I'm allowed to replace it. I'm not going to wait for 1 month. Also, let's say like I ran out of toothpaste, I'm allowed to buy a new one. Like if it's like a replacement for something that's essential and needed, obviously that's allowed. Also, other exceptions, if I need to buy gifts, I don't think I will need to buy any gifts in the next couple of months, but just in case if I need to, that will be an exception. Also, travel. I decided not to restrict travel at this time because travel is the only thing that makes me truly happy and I don't want to limit that. Anything like booking tickets, paying for, I don't know, accommodation or camping ground, booking anything else, that can stay. And just in general, if I know that in the next 3 months I will have any expenses, for example, for me, I will need to apply for my paperwork, for my green card, and I know I will need to spend a lot of money in September for that obviously I'm allowed to spend for that. The good thing is before you start the challenge to just sit down and write down everything that you will need to buy. For example, we do a lot of camping and we have a camping wish list and we already know like certain things we planned to buy even a year ago, but we still didn't buy them. For example, the water filtration system when we do dispersed camping, or like a canister for drinking water. So these things we already planned long time ago. So I know if next time we go camping, we're probably gonna buy them. So some things are allowed if they were in your, shopping list for a long time, but obviously don't go crazy on that. There's other exceptions that, I don't know, like I definitely not gonna use these exceptions in the first month, but maybe in the second and third if I feel like. For example, like if I really realize that I need something from my clothes, like something that like really needed, I don't know, let's say I ripped my sandals and I need some sandals to wear, or like for some special occasion, I will buy it, but also I will first put the item on the wish list and see for at least a month. So as I said, the first month I'm not gonna buy anything, and then after 1 month I'm gonna evaluate whether certain things are needed. This can be clothes or maybe some items for the house. Maybe now I feel like, I'm not gonna buy anything, but then I realize I need like a new chair or something. I don't know. I know it doesn't sound very like a no-buy challenge, but I think if you do for 3 months, you need to have some exceptions. Maybe like I can do like 3 exceptions per month. I still buy something, but these things have to be either thrifted, or they have to be like on sale, or they have to be, I don't know, something like super needed, and they also have to be in a wish list for a while. Another big category of exceptions is my hobby. So I decided like 3 months is a long period of time. So for example, right now I have a lot of yarn that I can use for my knitting project. So I'm not buying new yarn. Please, Stella, don't buy any new yarn. But if I use 80% of what I own right now, I will be allowed to buy new batch of yarn. but only if I'm gonna start using it right away. Not like, oh, I just like this yarn, I don't know what I'm gonna do out of it, but I just buy it. No, not like this. So this has to be a very strict exception. Basically, talking about challenging categories for me, it's hobbies, as I mentioned before. It's food to go. I still haven't decided whether I need to limit it or not. Clothing item. I mostly buy things now in secondhand, but I think I went a little bit rampant this year buying things. So I'm gonna limit it for at least 1 month and then decide. Maybe I let myself to do some thrifting. Also, like some sport equipment, camping equipment. I kind of need a new bike because I want to buy an electric bike, but I guess I will definitely not do it in the next month. I don't know, like there are some things that semi well thought. It's not like an impulse buy, but it will be challenging for me. As I said, for camping, we decided that if something is really like necessary and it's already in our shopping list, like camping shopping list, because we have one, then I will be allowed to buy that. Another challenging category might be for me like different apps and internet services. I always try something new. I like to, support people who develop apps, so that's important for me to spend money there. We'll see how it goes. I will try to limit myself, but we'll see. I think it's a good rule that I will keep things in a wish list for at least a month, and then after 1 month I will reevaluate whether I still need them or not. So let's talk also about options. Well, if you are not allowed to buy things for the whole month or 3 months, what do you do? And I created a list for myself, all the ideas what I can do, because it's important to think of it in advance so you don't feel like, oh my god, what did I get myself into? First of all, like you can rent things. Even camping equipment, you can actually rent it. So you can technically not buy anything. You can ask your friends if they have it and you can, borrow it from them, or you can swap. Maybe your friends have something that you don't need. The problem is I don't really have many friends here in California, but it's an option. Maybe it's an option to find more friends finally. Also, as I said, I will do the pantry decluttering. It's going to be cool because when it's some game, experiment, it makes you more excited about it. And I do need to do some pantry decluttering because I think we have some items that we bought a while ago and they're still there. Plus, since I'm not planning to do too many takeout for food, I will need to cook more. I want to declutter certain categories. I definitely want to declutter some clothes that I have because I have some things that I brought from Bali and I haven't worn them in 3 years, and I think it's time to let them go and replace with items I truly need. First of all, I can make those items myself, and I want to figure out what items I'm missing from my wardrobe and have a list, not just go buy something impulsively. I have a list and then see if I can make those items or thrift them. Another important thing to remember that owning material goods never makes you happy, Captain Obvious, and look for things that truly make you happy. I don't know, for me, for example, it's to be more outdoors, to spend more time outside, because if I spend too much time in front of my computer that's here, I'm more, inclined to just, oh, let me check this thing, oh, somebody talked about this thing, oh, I need it, like the more time I spend on the internet, the more needs I discover that I didn't know I had before. Okay, what else? I also want to do, at least for a month, maybe for more, to have a report of all my expenses, to really write them down in a table and see what do I spend my money on, because sometimes we have some hidden expenses, especially some subscription and some services that take money from you every month. Maybe I can reconsider and cancel something. I don't think I have many things that I don't remember about, but who knows, it's good if you see them in one table, it might make you reconsider things. Also, I want to keep a wish list of everything I want to buy. I really want to stick to the principle that I use sometimes, but sometimes I give it up, that every item that I want to buy have to be certain time on a wish list before I buy it. At least 2 weeks, better like 1 month. Like for this 3 months challenge, I'm gonna have actually a 1 month rule, so I can't even consider buying something before it's for 1 month on my wish list. And also, as I said, I want to keep a diary, at least for the first months, diary of my little experiment. How do I feel every day? How many times I felt like, oh shit, I needed to buy it, but then I deprived myself of buying it. Just makes my life miserable and, I don't know, unlivable. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, and I have this template for this diary, so if you want to use it yourself, please look down in the description for the link. I think it's actually good when you fill in a certain questionnaire every day about what did I want to buy, did I really need it, if I actually ended up buying something. You can reflect later on, did I really need that item or not? Could I replace it with something? Could I be more creative and resourceful and let's say, I don't know, use something else instead, or borrow or swap it with somebody or buy it from a thrift thrift store, how many money I saved so far by not buying things. Do I see any other benefits or maybe disadvantages into keeping this experiment? So I want to really like write down every year, and in a couple of weeks I will do a little report and tell you in details, because I think it's quite interesting to reflect on your experiment day by day. Anyway, I hope this information was somehow useful for you. If you want to follow my journey of this no-buy challenge, please subscribe and check other videos on my channel. Some of the links I will leave for you in the description, so it's gonna be easier for you. So see you in my next video. I will be reporting to you whether I managed to not buy anything in this month.